Time for a video. Well, it is your boy, Brother Phil, Soul of a Nerd. About an hour away from my 4 o'clock showing of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So, this is the time, this is the part where I get into my thoughts going in, pre-game. I wanted to do this a while ago, but I had a recording session earlier. The life of a, I don't know.
A multi-content
creating, multimedia nerd who wants to do a lot of stuff. Anyway, what was I saying? Which, by the way, I got a plug. There should be 2 new singles coming out next month, June. And so I mean, this is pre-game. I'm just gonna basically talk about. I gotta represent this shirt I got recently, WandaVision shirt, pretty dope. Felt like might as well throw that on, right? This movie has some Wanda stuff popping off. So I'm gonna get into just my pregame thoughts. So let me just start by saying, if this movie doesn't live up to the hype that I've created myself, I'm not blaming anybody from Marvel, Kevin Feige, Benedict Cumberbatch, Disney, the trailers. I am going to kind of blame the trailers, because the first trailer, I said before, just a couple weeks ago or a month ago, whenever, I guess that was a while ago actually, that's probably like December or January, but I said that is the best trailer for an MCU movie that I've ever seen, in my opinion. Again, like the last time they had a trailer that good was probably the first Avengers movie. And maybe Infinity War, but I think this trailer is even better than any of the ones that at least I can remember off the top of my head for Infinity War. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. It's time, to show and prove. I'm on my way to pick up a couple of my nieces. I got the daughter rolling with me. And, it's going to be a good time. But I have a lot of high expectations and anticipation. Beating this horse to death.
I just had a song from Black Panther come on. I'm about to cry.
Oh no. I've said this, numerous times again. This was my most anticipated. First of all, it's my most anticipated movie of this year, period. Coming out in 2022. I guess, it was always meant to come out in 2020. No, actually, it was supposed to come out in 2021. The whole slate of movies. So it would have been the most anticipated movie last year. Period. Most anticipated Marvel movie, most anticipated superhero movie, you name it. And it still is. So then, WandaVision set it up. That's still my favorite Disney Plus series so far. And that's just a lot of hype. And then even the aftermath of Spider-Man. I mean, to be honest, Spider-Man No Way Home didn't increase my anticipation for Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness. It really didn't at all, because like I said, we didn't really know Spider-Man No Way Home was going to have multiverse elements in it until I guess last year. Whereas this movie was announced at Comic-Con in 2019. So that's a whole 2 years where I already felt like this is probably going to be the best or my favorite movie of the MCU coming in Phase 4. So let me just talk about what I'm going to be looking for. Now, these aren't the things I'm saying if this doesn't happen, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to be that person. Because you can't really judge a movie based on what you wanted to happen. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe your enjoyment might be less, but you can't say whether it's a good movie just based on that. But what I'm saying is these are things I'm looking for. So hopefully, they follow through and they do well with these things I'm going to mention. But when I say if this movie is disappointing, I just mean, I don't know. I don't know what might disappoint me about it. Really, it'll be more like if it's disappointing in terms of the, storyline, dialogue, villains, pacing. I'm not even that critical of CGI. But yes, if it's trash.
Doctor Strange 1 CGI was.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
If the CGI sucks
That's true.
on this one, I'm gonna be disappointed.
That is a good point. And I mean, it is going from Scott Derrickson to Sam Raimi. Although, I mean, come on, Sam Raimi's got a reputation. I mean, he's got a high reputation. But, I'm going to be honest. I'm not that crazy about the original Spider-Man trilogy. I mean, the first 2 movies are very good. Spider-Man 2 is arguably, you could still say almost 20 years later, that's in the top 10 superhero movies of all time. But you could argue it. I'm not going to say that it is, because basically the MCU movies, there's so many MCU movies that are better than Spider-Man 2, in my opinion. But anyway. So yeah, if the CGI is really trashy, then of course, yeah, that would hurt. But just from what I've seen, I can't imagine that it would be. And again, with Sam Raimi, I trust him. So, that being said, it'll be more like if the storyline is weak and dialogue is cheesy and, if they try to have too much humor, those kind of things. Because I'm saying this now, because it won't look like I'm being a reactionary if this happens in my post viewing comments. Marvel, again, I was the last person to say that they are too kid friendly and they joke too much. I've always been that person who didn't really say that, because I'm just like, hey, what's wrong with having humor? I mean, that's life. But yeah, I'll be honest. And I think Moon Knight is a good example, and Hawkeye is a good, and Loki is a good example of me thinking, dang, maybe y'all do have to have humor too much in every freaking thing y'all do. Although, Eternals didn't really have that much, neither did Shang-Chi, I mean, yeah, Shang-Chi did, because Awkwafina herself is a comedian. But yeah, so, it's like some movies, at some point it's got to be like, when is it not necessarily appropriate to keep having the jokes, and are they placed properly? Because that was always my argument before, is like in movies like Civil War or Infinity War, all the Iron Man movies, Black Panther, the humor was perfectly placed, that kind of thing. So we'll see. So I mean, that could be a problem, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm not worried about the acting. That's one thing you didn't hear me say. Benedict Cumberbatch, Elizabeth Olsen, I can't say his name. Black dude plays Mordo. She would tell OG a 4. I think that's how I say it. Wong, Benedict Wong. Yeah, I love these people. Like, I'm not even worried about that. From what I heard, the new actress playing America Chavez, they said she was really good. So we'll see. What I'm looking for, I want to see some dope. First of all, and this is something I'm not worried about, I'm almost demanding that Wanda blow our minds or be like the MVP of this movie, whether she becomes a villain in a movie or something. I'm going into this movie expecting her to, shine and for me to love her. And I actually think that's gonna happen. Like, I'm like 100% certain that's gonna happen. I've said arguably these are my 2 favorite MCU characters now, since Hulk's been neutered, Cap is retired, Iron Man's dead, Thor is, you could just tell he's kind of winding down. But yeah, these are probably my 2 favorite characters. It's Doctor Strange and Wanda. So I want to see, well, we talked about special effects. Yeah, I want to see some good usage of their powers. I want to see this stuff look dope, like they did in Infinity War. This is why I arguably said that Doctor Strange was the MVP of Infinity War. So I expect to see more of that. I'm not worried about it. I think I will. But definitely with Wanda. I want to see her go next level, because they're kind of hinting at it. I want them to, this thing with her finding the Darkhold book and all that. You know what I mean? I want them to follow through and pay it off with that stuff. So yeah, I want it to be trippy. I want the visuals to be trippy. I do want some jump scares. I do want some horror.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, I hope you anticipate a horror/thriller effect, because if that's not there, I'm gonna be so sad.
I mean, it's and again, this is because of what Marvel has said. Again, not that I'm expecting to be a scary freaking movie, but I always use I've used this perfect example before in talking about WandaVision. The scene when, Vision was dead, white, in that little cut. I said before, that may have been Sam Raimi or Scott Derrickson helping the people that produced WandaVision give them an idea, since they were being shot around the same time, because that was some jump scare, creepy crap on that show. Just give me some more of that. And like I said, the way the trailer looks, the way the zombie Strange looks, in the music that they're using in the trailers, just give me more of that.
Yeah.
So I do want this to be that kind of movie. I want to walk out of here brain fried over the visuals and the intensity of the trauma, I guess. Again, not on a horror movie level, but within the confines of an MCU movie.
I just wanted to see one scene that kind of reminded me of that scene that Mysterio was making his Peter Parker scene. I just want one scene that's that messed up, where you're like, you really gotta poke at their trauma that much and make it that creepy. I want that feeling again. And it doesn't have to be the whole movie. I just want it to literally be like a couple of things like that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was
absolutely.
I'm not okay with that.
I forgot about that, and that was in a Spider-Man movie. Like, think back on it. That scene was disturbing. Iron Man his metal was melting off, and he was a zombie crawling after Peter. You know what I mean? Yeah, just that. Give me some of that. I'm gonna say I need that kind of throughout, though. I need several instances of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this right now, just like, it's out there that, now it's definitely out there because they got a TV spot where they actually say, Mordo actually says the Illuminati will see you now, so they didn't gave that away. But I'm not gonna be one of these people like, man, if Professor Xavier doesn't do this, and I'm not even worried about that. I think the fact that they're gonna do that alone is gonna be dope. I don't really care about seeing the Captain Carter and the alternate Captain Marvel, and alternate characters. I'm not saying I don't care. I'm saying that's not my standard I'm worried about. Just like the other Spider-Man was not my priority in No Way Home. So I'm sure whatever they do with that will be fine, unless it's just whack. Then I will say that it's whack, but it probably won't even hurt that much. Because I really want this movie to be about Doctor Strange and Wanda. You see what I'm saying? And again, that's what I expect. Marvel is good. They proved with No Way Home they were making a Peter Parker MCU version movie about Peter and his friends, and then they tied the other Spider-Man in. You know what I mean? Oh, and Aunt May, of course. That was really the development of his character, but they threw the other Spider-Man in there to help his storyline. That's why you don't hear people complain too much. People probably wanted to hate on that movie and say it's fan service and all this. Some people have. I've seen it. But no, that was a good movie, and they did it right. So that's what I expect with this movie, Don't take it over with trying to show us freaking Patrick Stewart and X-Men and other versions of Reed Richards or Namor or whoever the heck they're going to have in the Illuminati. Am I excited to see how they do use the Illuminati? Sure. But again, it's not a priority. It's like, now that I know, it's almost like whatever they do will probably be pretty satisfactory. There are supposed to be a lot of cameos that are hidden. So, hey, now if this is why I'm glad I don't know. Now that crap will be dope. If it's a bunch of cameos that they haven't let out the bag, okay. But again, I don't think I'm going to walk out of here like, those cameos made the movie, I don't think so. That's not what I'm looking for. So that being said, it's been like 15 minutes. I'm long-winded. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna be, and it's only 2 hours and 6 minutes, so I'm expecting to be pretty fast-paced, which will be good. I heard it starts out pretty quick. And if you think about it, Infinity War was like that. Think about that. Infinity War started, boom, you know. They didn't waste any time, so I guess that's how Marvel's doing it these days. And why not, you know? They know they have people who know what's happening. You don't have to do a lot of setup in these movies. So there it is. I will see y'all with my reactions. Probably do, you know, first reactions first, of course.
I wonder if this is going to be the first movie I don't cry at.
I don't know. No, you're going to cry.
Why?
Because they're going to be focusing on Wanda's heartbreak.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Her kids, man.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said, I just have a feeling she's going to be...
She's going to end up being a heartthrob. Everybody's going to love her.
I think Elizabeth Olsen's going to kill it, man.
People have been sleeping on Wanda.
This woman is a dope actress.
I'm sick of it.
So, yeah, and I'm probably not going to be able to do a review because my head's probably going to be spinning. But I will do a first reactions video, and then go from there. And that's all I got. So, thanks for checking me out, and click like, share the video, subscribe to the channel, whatever. And that's it.